Hello, hello, hello. Let's see what we can do here. So yesterday on the great adventures of painting minis, painting minis with Ken, we were able to get to this guy, working on my monk, Ogre Monk. I like him. I like how he's coming out. I'm going to do some stuff on his vest. I'm not convinced on his skin color yet, though, so I don't know how I'm going to change that. I was thinking about maybe even adding some gray, a pale gray, to kind of make him more pale. Just kind of, I don't know, maybe bring him a little bit more to the gray side of skin. I'm not sure how that'll work or not. Might work, might not. If it doesn't, I guess I can always lean back towards the green. But yeah, let's do some stuff on his vest and maybe on his weapon right now. His vest, I'm actually going to go with trying to make it look kind of like a grayish vest. So it's so odd I'm saying it twice. It's actually a chain link. If you look at it closely, it's actually a chain link vest. So I don't know how this is going to work. I'm going with a look that's supposed to be more along the lines of a fur, like a wood fur, like a wolf fur or something. Only because I don't want him wearing chain. I don't feel like that's what my monk should wear. So I wanted to look. I'm going with something to try to make it look a little bit more furry. Now this is going to make it look really gray. I'm going to use a contrast paint on this, and then I'm going to actually have to go over it with something else to bring it up. Maybe highlight it or dry brush it with some white or something, because this is actually a really gray. Even though it says holy white and there's white supposedly on it, it's really not. There's really no gray or white in this at all. So yeah. Oh, and then I have all these other minis, as you can see, just kind of lying around on my table here because I have to deal with them somehow. Put them on bases, do something with them. So I haven't checked on my. I did mention that I had some issues with some of these minis that I got, and so I was going to. Let the Etsy store know that I bought the one that I bought them from, and see what they say. And I haven't checked to see what the reply was yet. That was like yesterday that I mentioned it to him. So we'll see how that goes. All right, let's bring all of my gear down here. We'll go to my Ogre Mage or Ogre Monk. Yes, I know they call him a mage. He looks nothing like a mage. He's definitely a monk, but they chose to overrule their own thing, I guess. I don't know how good my light is. I think I haven't charged it in a while, so it might be getting a little on the weak side. I don't know. How's that look camera wise? Oh, we're okay. Yeah. Now, I am supposed to be, in some extent, getting ready for D&D tonight, but as of the moment, we haven't fully confirmed that it's happening. We're trying. I say we, as in those of us that are already committed. We're like, hello, is everybody on or not? So we got to get everybody's, yeah, we're good to go. So this is just this is actually a base made out of flex iron. I just used flex iron. There's no nothing else. So it's a little on the flexible side. Not much though. As it gets harder and harder, it doesn't flex really at all. And then I will put. So in theory, it could be broken. You could theoretically break the base because it's not a plastic base like you would normally get. Yeah, this is not the appropriate brush for this. I need a brush that can. One thing about a metal mini, or at least this one, the details are deep and very sharp, very exaggerated, to the point where Um, it's just it's actually really good for the purposes of painting it, but it sucks up a lot of paint. And if you're going to soak up a lot of paint, you need a brush that can hold a lot of paint. Just saying. And this brush doesn't care about the terrible risk to its health that comes with trying to put paint on a very rough surface. This guy's like, this vest is too restricting, man. I don't need no stinking armor on my chest. I got big loads of fat to keep me protected. I'm not going anywhere. I'm probably more like a, I don't need no stupid vest. See this belly? This is my belly. My belly protect me from your stupidness. I can take you down with a hi-ya and a crotch chop. Okay. I know, I'm just being goofy, man. I do that. Keep myself entertained. Make stuff up as I go. Alright, not nearly enough paint on there. I'm going to have to put more down. Where'd it go? So, this might be my first, one of my first attempts at actually painting a metal mini. I've painted a couple, but I mean this is like significantly large. It's a large metal mini, and it's interesting. I am impressed by the amount of detail on this mini, considering it's like, you know, this is old style, right? Because you don't see metal minis much anymore. For whatever reason. Cost, expense, weight. There's probably a lot involved. It's probably mostly cost that probably has companies switching over to plastics. Now that you can do plastics in the details that at one time you could never do. But now with all the injection molding and resin printers and all that, now it's not only possible, it's plausible, you know. Trick is getting this stuff onto the location fully, so you're truly trying to, as I try to convert it more and more to not being, you don't want reflectiveness. This is like supposed to be cloth, so if it's going to be cloth, it can't have the metal look. So I've got to get all that metal covered up. It does a contrast paint. I don't know how it's going to work. I'm finding that this inner layer of his coat, I don't think is supposed to be part of the vest. It's probably supposed to be part of the, like his pants and shirt. Because his whole entire outfit is opened up, right? So I may have to go back over that with with my other color and using a different brush. Obviously this brush is, I'm just basically slopping this stuff in there to get that contrast going, and then I will have to come back over to it. It's like no white at all. This holy white is like, there's nothing white in it at all. It's just mostly it's just gray. It's light gray. I don't know if Vallejo's got some new ones coming out. Some new ones in their Express line, new colors. It's already been demoed on YouTube and stuff, but they haven't. I don't know the release date of them. Hoping they're coming out soon. Because they look pretty good. I've seen the demo, looks really good. Now it's going to be tricky for sure, trying to get this to be dry brush it, because how do you dry brush targeted zones? Sometimes it's kind of tricky. Because you got all these other parts in the way, right? You don't want to get paint everywhere. Yeah. Alright, so that kind of does the trick for getting this stuff on. I still have to get, like I said, I'm going to have to probably dry brush it with some white ink or something. Or even do the hard part. Draw it. Actually paint it on. I actually, like I said, I was thinking I'm going to try this with, I just want to try this. I was thinking, this is the actual color I was going to put on his skin. To try and see if he's got a weird thing going on his finger. Actually, I'm going to pull that off. He's got like a little piece of metal hanging off of his thumb here. I got a hangnail. There we go. Fixed. Now my problem is I don't know if paint will stick to it though, but I'm gonna put this gray on his hand. I'm intentionally trying to see if I can make his skin more pale with this. Going for a little bit more, I don't know, grayed skin. We'll see what it does. Chalky gray, not quite so vivid green. Actually, might be good. I think I like it. I do like that. I like the more pale, ashy color in his arm. Yeah, all right, that works. But I'm gonna have to do that with a smaller brush. Well, I don't know. I just feel like it's too free flowing. Gonna need more paint though. It's actually not too bad. I mean, I kind of like the way it's And on the upside, it means I don't have to worry so much about the contact between the coat and anywhere that's skin, because, well, this is going to take the same color anyway. So the whole point of this is just giving him a kind of a more ashen look, a little bit less aggressive green, more pale. We'll call it gray green. A little less goblin, a little more orc. I haven't even decided what color for sure that I'm doing his hair and his hair and his eyebrows and all that nonsense. haven't committed to anything yet in my mind. Kind of was thinking black, or kind of a graying black, like a wizened old a wizened ogre. Over the years, he's learned his martial arts skill just a little bit, and now he's feeling pretty badashky. That's the goal, anyway. I don't know, can you even layer contrast paints? Are they supposed to be layered? Because if they reactivate, it won't do you any good, right? I don't know. They don't all reactivate, but apparently the 1.0 version of the Army Painter ones did. They could reactivate. Now, I don't know how long after they dry that would not happen, but I mean, to some extent they would reactivate. And of course, reactivation is bad. Well, it's not always bad. It depends on what you're trying to do. If you're trying to get like a wet blend going, a reactivation ain't bad, because you kind of, it means it'll blend in because it'll stay wet, but or get wet again with you as long as it hasn't completely 100% dried. So anything you're doing in progress. But as you can see, his skin is a lot more, I mean, even just compared to his feet, he's got a lot more pale look going for him, which is what I was aiming for, which is what I like for this guy. I might even bring back or use some of the maybe the green highlights or something. Use a light green highlight on like the key points or something, just to show that he's got that green going on underneath. But highlights are more, just have him be like his skin is generally pretty pale. Hey. Let's see, his fur's looking pretty good. Fur. It is a fur. It's not supposed. It looks like chain, but it's just your imagination. It's just fur. No, really, really, man, it's just fur. I'm actually curious how they managed to get some of these things to mold out, to be honest. If it's injection molding, this guy's pretty nice for some injection molding. Some of these spots don't look like, how would an injection mold even work in those places? Definitely have to kind of get a couple spots here with the with his purple that I've missed. Just touching up the areas I may have not gotten very well. Or rather, I most definitely did not get very well. It does have a belt on. In certain places you can see it, but it's definitely not that easy to see. I think my wet palette's too wet. I mean, it'll start drying the more I use it, but my paints get seriously affected by it. Trying to make sure my robe here is colored the right color without coloring his chest the same color. That's the thing. I don't want his chest to be purple. That's not it. That's not what I'm going for. Purple chest. Purple chested people eater. One-eyed, one-hole flying purple people eater. One-eyed, one-hole flying purple chested people eater. time is it? I had about 15 minutes. My 15 minutes of painting fame is coming to an end for today. Fame. I guess that might be a little overstating it, but I'm trying to figure out, did he rip his robe open? Because this is a really weird shaped robe opening. Like his belly just blew it open, man. His chest just exploded out. It's this robe. It's like, no, I refuse to be contained. It's not a zipper. It's not a button. It's just this big explosion of robe opening here. I have no idea what that thing is. It's right there. He's got like something right there. What is that thing? Now, the clothing he's supposed to be mimicking is that of my other monks, and they all have gold trim around their clothing. So I'm gonna have to figure out. how to do that. I mean, same way I did before. I'm sure just freehand it, but still, it's not. Trick is, oh, whoops, sorry. Whack the camera. I'm sorry, concentration point. Concentration point results in silence. Trying to get all these little spots that are supposed to be purple without getting his chest equally as purple. And now the outside of the robe. And there was the top. So we went to go see, what was it, The Outsiders or something like that? Not The Outsiders, the Holdovers. It's pretty good. But somebody at the end of the movie's going, that was way better than, what did he say, Oppenheimer. He says, this is way better than Oppenheimer. He told his girlfriend or whatever, said, that was way better than Oppenheimer. I'm like, really? Those aren't even the same kind of movie. How can you even compare those two movies? First of all, Oppenheimer was really good. It's just like if you're going for something, if you were expecting something kind of lighthearted and or kind of, just more emotionally, I don't know, connecting. I don't know. It just weren't the same kind of movie. I don't know what he was expecting from Oppenheimer. You can't go in there expecting to see that kind of movie anyway, right? It's like these are not the same movie, my friend. They are not. It's like saying that Lord of the Rings is better than Friday the 13th. It is, but I mean, just saying that they're not on the same. They're not the same kind of movie at all. I mean, there are things you can compare movies to movies, but only on the most general of terms, like overall quality. And you can't say that this movie we saw was better quality than Oppenheimer. Certainly can't say it was a better drama, because it really wasn't much of it. I mean, I guess it was kind of like a drama, but not. So the fun part is going to be trying to get the trim on this guy. Yeah, I know. He's got purple robe. It was supposed to be a darker bluish purple. I mean, it's still supposed to be purple, but this is way purple. I kind of thought I had it more blue than that, but apparently not. Not as blue as I thought, anyway. I've even tried to put more blue in, but it seems to... I don't have a lot of time, unfortunately, for much touch-up right now. I'm kind of low on time as we start heading into the end of my lunch rush time. Kind of seeing what I can accomplish for adding a little bit more of a blue hue to this guy. Just to kind of bring him back around to the blue zone a little bit. It's still going to be purple. This is just a highlight that's blue, so it's like it's not going to do a ton, but it will help some. Just everywhere I can kind of see the light a little bit, putting the blue on as a, I don't know, as the highlight, I guess. Ugh. All right. Yeah. Should I? What time have I got? Not much. I'm actually thinking of going with trying to do non-metallic metal for the sword there. So what that means is I got to do something else. For the hilt. Hilt. Should I go bronze? Color shifter. How about non-glorious gold, polished gold? I like the bronzy idea. Something that's like not too dark. I mean, just like a dark handle, really. I mean, tinny tin even might be good. Yeah, I think I'll go with tinny tin. Tinny tin's a good one because it'll be like a good base, and then I can maybe highlight it with some dark, lighter color. Maybe some, maybe not glorious gold, but some other kind of gold that will make it stand out a little bit more. This is really... yeah, that might work. We'll get a base on here at least. Get this base kind of, we get the hilt at least mostly covered up. And then I can probably call it, I guess, for today. And then we'll just have to go on to the next step next time. There's a lot to go with this guy, to be honest. I probably will try to get him a little bit more covered up in tomorrow's session. Probably won't be much more going tonight because I have D&D tonight, so I might do a do some Marvel Snap tonight after D&D, but that's about it. It's only because I have to catch up, you know, because I'll probably have full missions set by then. Oh yeah, there's one thing I gotta do. One thing I gotta try has to get some of this green. This green has to try to get under his wrist brace here, because I don't have. It's like I didn't realize I missed that spot right in there. And I know I use the gray, but the gray is not. The gray is an accent to the green, so I can't. can't bypass the green. Alrighty, well, that's phase 2, phase 3, whatever the latest phase is, the latest entry in the photo part of this guy will have to be that. And then I'm off to back to work, man. Back to work, and then we'll have to see what next time holds. Colors today were, well, I did Holy White. And I also did some Tinny Tin. Already got it. I think that's pretty much all I did. Yeah, that's pretty much all I did. Okay. So we'll go back here, take a pick. And save. Here, 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 and we'll stop the counter. Add. See where he goes. See where he goes from there. Well, that's it for Lunchtime Rush. Time for me to rush back to work all the way over to here. Start doing some things for other people instead of for myself. So it's pretty much what work is, right? You're doing it for others. And I mean, you kind of do it for yourself. I mean, you're doing it for them so that they'll pay you. That's pretty much all it comes down to. But until next time, take it easy.